Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am going to talk about the music that I picked up in the month of December 2025. So technically the last of my series for 2025. Let's roll it again for 26. Filming this a little bit late. Just had other videos that I wanted to put out first. I had my vinyl tag, my Americana tag that I really wanted to be out there. So I had my contest drawing. So this was important for me to try to just get done, get finished up. Smaller month for me, which is a good thing. Still a lot of music here, most of which I have not had the chance to listen to, simply because I was gone for almost 2 weeks in December. I was with my in-laws in Pennsylvania and DC, and then I was with my family here in Virginia for New Year's. So I've kind of been all over the place in December. So we're finally home for a little bit of time, and we'll actually have a time to hopefully stop buying and actually listen. But we know how that goes. So what I did was, and there's a little bit of a caveat. There are technically a couple of albums here that I got for Christmas from my family, which I did not have Christmas with my family until January the 2nd or so. So it was technically given to me in January. I normally am pretty strict with myself about when I get a thing in the mail, it goes to the next month. But because a couple of these items are Christmas, there are a couple of CDs and a 45 that I was going to show so that we don't see Christmas music in January, which I'm okay with. Showing Christmas music, but I know a lot of people get mad that I show so much Christmas music. I did get another record for Christmas, but I'll wait and hold out and show that for January's finds. So all I have to say, let's jump into it. I'll start with the 45s. I have 4 45s, probably my biggest 45 haul ever. My mom and dad gave me this. This is a picture sleeve of Do They Know It's Christmas with the B-side of Feed the World, which is essentially just the instrumental version of the song with all the artists wishing you a Merry Christmas and to give money for the charity. So really cool. I played it. It plays great. Didn't own this as a 45, so happy to have it. So thank you, Mom and Dad. The next couple are from the Coal Mine / Karma Chief family. If you follow my boy Alex over at Beer and Vinyl, you know what I'm talking about. They put out 2 new 45s specifically for Christmas this year, and then they had a sale on a third, which I did not own. So I'll show that one first. And they're all great kind of custom labels. This is Say She, and the songs, what is that? This Wintertime is the B-side, with the Marvin Gaye song Purple Snowflakes as the A-side, just on standard black vinyl. But I played this today. Really good female kind of neo-soul kind of stuff. But yeah, fantastic. By Say She. Next, it's a 45 by Kelly Finnegan, a coal mine artist. This is on a beautiful white vinyl. The lighting here is terrible. But he has a song called Snowy Night in Ohio. And then I Can't Wait for Christmas Time, which is really, really good. Really soulful kind of tunes. This was a new 45 for this year. And it's fantastic. If you can still grab it, get yourself a copy. Really, really solid stuff. And then this is my favorite of the 3. This is, well, first of all, let's take a look at this awesome green. But I absolutely love the cover art, the label there. Look at the coal mine with the Christmas wreath. That's the B-side of Every Day Will Be Like a Holiday. This is, again, the Parlor Greens. They're like a Oregon trio. Think Booker T and the MGs. Very much in that vein. And then this is Auld Lang Syne. But look at that awesome font on Auld Lang Syne. I just think this is beautiful. I played this on New Year's Eve for my wife before we headed down to see my family. So there's the 45s. I'm going to jump real quick into some CDs. I'm going to be really quick. My local shop here, a couple days after Christmas, we're having a $1 CD and used vinyl sale on all Christmas titles. So Mr. Christmas over here, you better believe I jumped in on that. And I'm just maneuvering something here just so that I can kind of make this more of a. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? There we go. Sorry. I'm trying to make sure I've got everything here that I wanted to show. I got a couple things behind me that I kind of forgot about. Yeah, my local shop had a big Christmas sale, and was really excited about that. So again, these were all $1. I got Very Special Christmas 2. This was the one of the series of compilation. This is one of the in the series of compilations for the Special Olympics. This has Sting, the Smashing Pumpkins, No Doubt, Snoop Dogg, Hootie and the Blowfish, Chris Cornell, Dave Matthews, ton of different people on here. Tracy Chapman. I owned 1 and 2. I did not own 3, and I also did not own 5. A Very Special Christmas 5. This is mostly live renderings because you have Darlene Love doing White Christmas. You have Stevie Nicks doing Silent Night, which was on the first A Very Special Christmas. But you've also got Stevie Wonder, Dido, Sheryl Crow, B.B. King, Tom Petty doing Little Red Rooster. So cool to have this. This was one that my mom and dad had. I did not have it. Straight No Chaser. They're an a cappella group. This is their song, their album Holiday Spirits. They were kind of a YouTube sensation and then blew up out of Indiana. All sorts of Christmas stuff on here that you would expect. They have a beautiful original called, where is it? Is it called Indiana Christmas? Yeah, Indiana Christmas. And then they have a, the song that went viral is they do a version of 12 Days of Christmas. I recommend it. It's pretty funny. So Straight No Chaser, Holiday Spirits. Again, these are all $1. This is their second Christmas album. No Christmas Cheers. Again, kind of more of the same a cappella stuff. This is a comp 2-disc Mannheim Steamroller, their 25th anniversary collection of a lot of their Christmas tunes. They do a lot of, songs that you hear on the radio, instrumental, kind of new wave. I say new wave, new age kind of stuff. Yeah, classic stuff. And then I got 3 by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. This is actually not a Christmas album, but it was in the section, so I got it for $1. This is called Beethoven's Last Night. These are all concept albums. Again, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They do Christmas Eve, and Sarajevo. They do Christmas Canon. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Christmas Eve Sarajevo. This is a concept album about Beethoven's last night and like getting visited by the devil, and it's wild. Not sure how I feel about it. Not really my style. I'm glad I found it for $1. I don't know how I'm going to keep it. This is their big one. This is Christmas Eve and Other Stories. Again, another concept. This has Christmas Eve Sarajevo on it. All kind of, heavy metal music, a lot of instrumental, some vocal, Christmas type tunes. And then the Christmas Attic. This has Christmas Canon on it. Again, more of the same kind of stuff. Again, all those are for $1, and I'm not done. Season's Greetings from Perry Como. Perry Como. This was a big surprise for me. This was Christmas Time with Ralph Stanley. First of all, let's just admire that cover there. It was signed by Roy Spears. So, Roy, if you're watching. But great bluegrass Christmas album there. And then the last of the $1 finds. This was beautiful. I listened to this today. This is Dave Brubeck's Christmas. Dave Brubeck Christmas, I should say. It's just Dave on his piano. That's it. It's beautiful. 1996. It's so good. If you like just instrumental piano music, it's fantastic. Just very peaceful stuff by Dave Brubeck. So very cool. Next, I'll wait. The last 2 CDs. These were the 2 Christmas gifts that I got from my parents. Also, a great jazz instrumental album, an Oscar Peterson Christmas. Again, instrumental versions of all the stuff that you expect, but fantastic. If you know Oscar, the piano playing is exceptional on that. And then this was kind of a surprise. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. It Feels Like Christmas Time. They were kind of one of those, neo big band kind of groups that came out, around the time of Brian Setzer Orchestra and all that stuff, when big band was kind of getting a resurgence in the 90s and early 2000s. But some cool originals on here. some novelty they do. All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth, Mr. Grinch. But really, really cool, really fun kind of party Christmas album. So thank you, Mom and Dad, and thank you for all the dollar records from my local shop. This was the $1 record that I bought from the shop. This is Christmas Time and Carol and Song, Leontine Price, Arthur Fiedler with Stephen Eady. This plays really well too. This was on the RCA label. Obviously, Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops is kind of leading the charge here. And then you have the guest vocals from Stephen Eady, famous couple pop group of the 60s, and then kind of operatic vocals from Leontine. So, yeah, very cool to have for $1. I can't remember if I showed this in my last video. Well, I'll do this real quick. This is the last of the Christmas albums, also from Coal Mine. This is Kelly Finnegan's album, A Joyful Sound. This was kind of the big, one of the big sales that was going on this year from Coal Mine for Christmas. And it's fantastic. Again, great soul kind of stuff. Great peppermint label there, a la White Stripes. So fantastic, A Joyful Sound. I don't remember if I've shown this in the last video. This is a 10-inch that I got on Whatnot. This is Pokey Lafarge and his single Riot in the Streets and Better Man Than Me. I talk about Pokey a lot. This is kind of his rockabilly stuff. This was 2 songs from his album. What was it called? Shoot. I can't remember the name of the thing. Oh well. 10-inch Pokey Lafarge. It's cool. Listen to that today. All right, the next few, I've got a few Whatnot items, which is an online shop, and some other reissues and stuff. So no particular order. Got this for a really good price. This is Lucas Nelson, A Promise of the Real, Turn Off the News, Build a Garden. Obviously, Lucas is the son of Willie Nelson. Sorry about the lighting there. Sheesh. Yeah, bought this for cheap. There's also a 7-inch on here. And yeah, haven't listened to it yet. Again, a lot of these I'm not going to have much to say other than I have them. This was a giveaway that I got for free. Sorry about the glare. Sheesh. This is Early James, Strange Time to Be Alive on Easy Eye Sound, which is the label by Dan Auerbach. I don't know anything about this guy other than that he's a singer-songwriter. This is in 2022. So free record, can't go wrong. Also on Whatnot, I got this for like $5. This is Margot Price and her album Strays. I know about this album because Mike Campbell from the Heartbreakers is on this record, and so is Lucius and Sharon Van Etten. This thing got a lot of praise when it came out in 23, so I'm excited to give it a spin. Not a huge Margot fan, but we'll see. Let's see what else comes from there. This was also from Whatnot. This is the Leroy Vinegar Sextet Craft. Again, I see these things pop up, and if they're under $10, I'm going to snag them, and this was no exception. Fantastic. You've got Carl Perkins on piano, different Carl Perkins, Victor Feldman, Gerald Wilson, Tony Baisley, and Teddy Edwards, and Leroy Vinegar on bass. So excited to give that a spin. Let's see. This was also from spilling things from Whatnot. This is the most recent full-length album by Tears for Fears called The Tipping Point. This is a great kind of return to form for Tears for Fears, but also very modern. I do know this album. I had it on CD, but didn't know it on vinyl, and again, it was cheap. Check out the song, The Tipping Point. Break the Man is great. Master Plan from Kurt and Roland. Happy to have those. And then the last two Whatnot finds here. I was told to get this. I got this for like $5. The Connells Ring. Again, I don't know anything about it. The song 74, 75. Again, I don't know anything about this. I've been told that it's really good, kind of jangle alternative rock. So excited to spin it. This is one that I've wanted on vinyl for a long time. This is Stick Season by Noah Kahan. Call me a sorority girl, whatever you want to call me. I like this album a lot. It's usually for big money, like $60, $70 for some reason, because it's so popular. I got it for like $25. So happy to have Stick Season by Noah Kahan, kind of indie singer-songwriter stuff. This was a big album a couple years ago. So hopefully we'll get new music soon from Noah. Next, kind of a hodgepodge. I picked this up. Again, haven't listened to it yet. This is Electric Warrior by T-Rex. This is the Rhino Hi-Fi numbered edition. Obviously, the big song, Get It On, Bang a Gong is on here. So, yeah, Lean Woman Blues is another tune. So, excited to spin this. I've been wanting it for a while. But, yeah, I've never really seen a good copy. And then Rhino announced it. I know it's going to be good. So, there we go. This was a find from my local shop. Again, when I went to go buy the Christmas records, I had a gift card from my in-laws that gave it to me for Christmas. Picked this up because of my friend Glenn. This is David Bromberg, his self-titled. I've seen David probably about 10 years ago at the Harvester Performance Center in Rocky Mount, Virginia. He had some electrical issues, and so he ended up playing most of the show acoustic, which was kind of cool. But he was a big session guy, played with Bob Dylan, a lot of other cats like that. I know Glenn was a big fan of the song Delia on here, the traditional tune. But yeah, happy to check it out. There's a song by George Harrison and David Bromberg called The Hold Up. So excited to spin this acoustic guitar music. Also bought this with the gift card for Christmas. I have not found a good copy of this. This is the Avett Brothers and their album Magpie and the Dandelion. One of my favorites by them. They've really kind of come into their own by this point. This is from 2013. Gorgeous songs on here like Morning Song, Bring Your Love to Me. One of my favorite songs on here is Another Is Waiting, just a quick little 2-minute song about women who, are worried or feel the pressures of society to, act and look a certain way. And it ends up getting a lot of people in trouble. But really good stuff. Again, kind of Heartland, Americana stuff. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, check out the song Morning Song. It is gorgeous. And that was a good price for that record. Again, that's usually one that's over $40. I did buy, again, with some Christmas sales, 2 from the Bluesville label. Again, I'll just show them both because I can't say much about them. I've heard people talk about these. I know Mazzy has talked about it. Terry Collier, the new folk sound of Terry Collier. I got these because I'm trying to get into the blues more, but also I heard that these are more like country-ish, folky kind of stuff. I've got the Mississippi John Hurt from this collection and absolutely love it. This is Blues and Ballads by Lonnie Johnson and Elmer Snowden. So very, very excited to spin these. Again, now that Christmas is behind us and I'm putting the Christmas music away, I'm excited to spin those records as well. This was a new album. It came out digitally over the summer and then came out toward the end of the year as a physical release. This is Richest Man in the World by Ben Rector. Again, indie kind of cheesy singer-songwriter. He's a piano player, but he plays a lot of other instruments as well. His big song is called, he does a song called Old Friends. Brand New is often used in commercials and stuff. I think some of his music was used in the Little League World Series commercials. But yeah, he's pretty good. Kind of, middle of the road songwriting, but he's got some really good tunes on there in his catalog. But yeah, I try to pick up his stuff because he doesn't always print his stuff out. So I'm happy to have that. And then lastly, a couple of Record Store Day reissues Record Store Day albums that I got at the beginning of the month, thanks to my buddy Alex at Beer and Vinyl. He was able to find these for me, and I Venmo'd him, and he sent them down my way. I've talked about this one ad nauseum, so I'm not going to keep talking about it, but this is written by Ronnie D'Addario, produced by the Lemon Twigs. It's essentially a Lemon Twigs album. Awesome power pop. Check out my videos. And then lastly, but certainly not leastly, this is a kind of an EP called Ghost in the Machinery by The Head and the Heart. One of my favorite bands. This is kind of a companion piece to their album Aperture, which came out last year. This is essentially just reimagining of a lot of the songs from Aperture. A little bit more quiet versions, less kind of stripped down versions. And they even kind of take turns on vocals that they don't normally do on the album. Like, you know, somebody might be singing lead on a song that they didn't sing lead on the record. But beautiful white vinyl here. Again, just a kind of a nice companion piece to Aperture. So there you go, folks. I'm sorry it took so long, but there it is. I've got a lot of good music here that will keep me busy through January. Some cool pre-orders coming in, some Rhino reserves that I'm looking forward to for this month that I should be getting here in the next couple of days. So y'all stay tuned for that. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care. Thanks for doing my tag and my contest. I appreciate it. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one.